Talk to anyone with confidence. If confidence came from thinking, then the most confident people alive on planet Earth would be overthinkers. But surprisingly, they are not. Hi, everybody, this is Shruti, and I welcome you back to our channel English Yaari, a place where we help you improve your communication with right guidance and feedback. As you've already seen the title, today's topic is all about confidence. See, we all want to come across as a confident person while we are in office meetings, interviews, presentation, talking to our colleagues, friends, ordering a food, or even strangers. So stay with me in this video. Together, you and I. You, the one who's watching this video, and I are gonna work on the way we come across in the society. I've come across many such people who show that they are confident, but while I look at them, I don't find confidence in them. And I feel, oh God, why are they pretending what they are not? So there's a thin line between showing confident and boasting yourself. So we'll work upon this. Today in this video, I've come up with 3 actionable pointers, no motivational lines or tips and tricks. Right after this video, all these actions you can start implementing and you'll see considerable amount of change. So trust me, trust the process, sit with pen and paper if you wish to, and put my video on the full screen zones so that YouTube doesn't suggest you any video and you do not go there right now. So if you're watching me over here, I'm sure back in your brain you think that you want people to say good about you. You want people to feel, oh wow, what a confidence, so polished. And when they speak with a lot of confidence and flair of positivity. But you know, the truth is, most people have knowledge. What they lack is awareness. And this awareness stops them from being confident. When I say awareness, I simply mean awareness of what to speak, when to speak, and how to speak. See, if you are putting icing on a cake, yes, see, icing on a weak base will always collapse. Right? So firstly, you need to work upon the base, means you need to work upon the basics which will give you confidence within. People say fake it till you make it, but I think when you are speaking, if you're faking it, the other person would eventually get to know and see through your behavior. Right now, everyone is smart enough to judge whether this person is making it or faking it. Today, we'll learn some active ways by which you can sound confident instantly. But all I need is one single promise. Whatever actions we are going to discuss today in this video, you have to implement them right after. Promise? Okay, noted. See, most people get stuck while speaking in English. Not because they don't know the language, it's just that they have not practiced it enough. That's why we are building platform like English Yaari just for you, where you learn to communicate with confidence and clarity by talking in real life scenarios with your expert tutor. Or should I say, in this virtual world, you get connected to a real tutor who works upon you. So if you haven't checked out English Yaari app, do check that out. I'm sure you'll see amazing things over there and you'll have great time with us. So without any further delay, let's begin with today's video. So if I ask you, why don't you feel confident? What would be your answer? Let me know your answer in the comment box, and I literally check every comment that you put up right there because this helps me stay connected with you and decide what I should bring up next. So don't forget to write that out and I'll surely check that. Okay, so I just ask you why you're not feeling confident. Imagine this. You've never held sword in your hand, or maybe you have never ever lifted weights. You didn't even see gym in your life yet. Yeah, and you tell somebody, hey, I can lift 100 kgs or 200 kgs, or maybe I am amazing at martial arts, or I'm amazing at working with sword. Would you feel confident while saying that? No, because your brain will be like, hey, where is the proof? If I tell you, do you feel confident at your workspace, or do you feel confident in anything that you do? Maybe I work for English Yaari, right? Whatever I do, I feel confident. Right now, making this video, I'm feeling confident. Why? Because I've done that. I've shown my brain that, hey, this is doable. I've done that previously. Now I trust myself and my brain knows, okay, yes, I have enough data. Why people do not feel confident? Because your brain doesn't have data. Proved your brain. So confidence doesn't come from Speaking, it comes from convincing. So the first pointer or the point of action for this video is convincing your brain. Before I share this point, let me tell you a quick anecdote, hoping that you all will not judge me for this. So while I was in my school and college, I participated in a lot of events, especially stage events, hosting, anchoring, debating, storytelling, and a lot more. And I used to be the super confident person. You know why? Because just before the event, good 3 4 days before, we were given scripts. What you have to say, what would you be your dialogue, how would you invite the chief guest, principal, all those things. Because I had the paper, I just had to read that out and look at the camera or the audience. I was the most confident person there because I knew what I had to deliver. But if somebody would come to me directly and ask me impromptu question, I used to get blank. I had thoughts, but I used to feel shaky, nervous. What should I say? What if I'm using a wrong tense or wrong verb form? Anything. Yeah. So I realized that I had confidence, but my confidence was conditional confidence. Till the time I had paper, till the time I had script, I was the most confident person in the world. You know, that confident lady. But once I don't have it, then I used to feel blank. The same happens with you. When you present yourself or when you do something that you've done previously, your body automatically gives you that signal. But right before the interview, because you have not practiced that much in for your interviews, you feel nervous. Or while you're talking to any stranger, you feel, what if? Your brain doesn't have enough data to provide or enough data to back up. So through this short story of mine, you can consider one thing, that your brain acts as a programming system. You train it and it responds. If you have not trained it well, it will not respond. So you tell yourself, oh, tomorrow I have to be confident, I have to give speech. How would you be confident when you have not practiced? So let's get started with action number one, which is train your brain. I always try to bring creative things to you. Let me know if you're liking that or not, because everything that we do is just for you, my dear friends. So, as I said, this action number one is train your brain. I have categorized this action for two. First category is beginners, and the second category is for intermediates. I lately realized that I give a lot of tips for beginners, but dear intermediates, don't feel that I've forgotten about you. I know you very well, and I'll surely give you tips and tricks even today here. Okay, let's start with first one. So, my first category, beginners, people who are just starting off with their journey to speak and communicate. Then, my suggestion here to you would be, you need to speak every day for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Just speak. Your brain must get the signal that, oh, this person is working out on communication. Yeah, now speak to whom? Speak to yourself. Speak to yourself about what? About the things you do in a day, what are you planning, what you see around, anything. Forget about grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, how you're sounding, just speak. As I said, your brain is acting as a programming system. It will not respond when you focus so much on perfection. Just focus on doing something every day, and perfection would come eventually. Yes, so without judgment, without criticizing yourself, speak every day. Let yourself be in the space where your tongue understand and respond well. Sorted? That's one. Let's come to the category number two, which is intermediate. People who manage to speak, but yet there is some kind of hesitation. When you speak, you don't feel that much confidence, that fluency is somehow missing, or that flow, natural flow is somewhere lost. Yes? So for you, one thing I would like to tell you is you should stop staying in your comfort zone. When I say stop staying in your comfort zone, I simply mean you are just repeating your daily things. If you're reading, you're continuously reading. If you're speaking, you're just speaking at the same pace. For beginners, speaking to themselves work out, but for you, it would not. Why? There's a science behind it, there's a logic behind it. You might wonder, what's the science? Let me tell you. See, how do you build a strong muscle? You firstly break that muscle by doing a lot of workout, and then when it regrows, it grows with a lot of strength. Similarly, when you are speaking, now you need expert mentorship. If you're just speaking to yourself and you're speaking on random topics, you're not challenging yourself, my dear. That's why you're stuck at the same level. I get so many queries. Ma'am, I think I managed to speak well, but how to be at a stage where I don't sound good, I sound great, I sound affluent, I sound amazing. That's when I say that step out of your comfort zone. If you're practicing, bring toughness to your practice. If you are able to lift 5 kgs today, tomorrow you must try for 7.5 kgs. That's how you build muscles. Similarly, if today you manage to speak on basic topics, you need to elevate the level, toughness, and that's why it's important you take professional help. At English Yaari, when you connect with tutors, they decide your session as per your level. If things are way easy for you, they toughen that. Yes, I imagine you have now reached grade 10. If you will still be solving paper of grade 2 and being happy about it, oh, wow, I can solve it, that's not going to take you anywhere, right? So, without criticizing yourself, focus on increasing the toughness level. How you play games, firstly it's easy, then moderate, then hard. So, similarly, in your speech, you need specific guidance. What if you're continuously making similar mistakes and nobody's guiding you on? Ensure that you stay with right mentors and do right practice. So, action number one is simple. You need to talk. Beginners, talk to yourself, practice. For intermediates, practice, but ensure that you keep on leveling up. Otherwise, you'll feel stuck at a particular level. This brings me up to the second action, which is initiating a conversation. So, whenever we go anywhere, imagine you're a group of 10 people, for sure we have one such person in every group who takes the ownership and order the food on the behalf of all of us. Yes, or there's definitely one of your colleagues or anyone, maybe a manager. Whenever you start the meeting, whenever you are in the meeting, they initiate the conversation. The first quick 2-3 seconds, they pick that up. Or when somebody walks in the room, everybody feels, wow, what a confidence. What is different in them? They initiate. Initiate conversation, initiate small talks. What happens in small talk? When you meet somebody for the first time and you try to initiate something, you try to bring in something or build communication, conversation, that is small talk. Take it this way, you're meeting me for the first time and you're just looking at me. I'm also looking at you. So there's going to be awkward silence. You are not speaking, I'm not sharing anything. We're just in a dead space. Would you enjoy that? I'm sure you would know. Sometimes awkward pause kills you within. Yes, think it this way. You got really bad grades and you're sitting in front of your father and your father is not saying anything. Can you feel that pressure? I'm sure you would not like that. That's why I say initiate. Become the one who starts something. Yes, take it this way. Small talk help you build spontaneity, confidence, and also ownership. You learn how to lead something, how to lead a conversation. And what kind of small talk can be done? Imagine you meet a stranger. Maybe you are at the gym, you're at a restaurant, you saw somebody. Don't just go, hey, who are you? You can't ask somebody, right? Or maybe, oh, you look quite cute. No. When I say small talk, I simply means being curious. Be curious in whatever you ask. But healthy curiosity, mindful curiosity should be there. You can't ask somebody in small talk, what's your age, where do you live? All those things are like, no. You need to have that professional setting or boundary where you do not barge in people's place. Yes, so what can you do? If you meet somebody for the first time, you can try this. Hey, got a quick 1 minute to have a conversation? Or maybe, I've seen you quite a times in gym. How long have you been working out? Now, these are called healthy questions. And now, when you are asking a question to somebody and somebody is replying to it, do not just end that sentence. You also share your part. Think of like this. I ask this, oh, how long have you been working out? And I get the reply from there, around 2 years. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Well, I'm new here. So what did I do? I asked the question and then I waited for their response. And I also told, even if the person didn't ask, I just went on. The conversation should always flow. And I read this quote which stayed with me. People behave strangely when you act as a stranger. So you need to ensure that you give them that warmly space, rather safe space where they can share with you. And believe me, if you can small talk, you can network with best people. I remember there have been so many times I was in a restaurant or I was walking. I just thought, let me initiate the conversation. And you won't believe I even got my first job just because I could break the ice with a person. You never know what others can do for you, and you never know what you can do for them. What if you meet the right person? You just want to be there. You just want to initiate the conversation. That's what you must learn. See, in office, task does not matter. What matters is connection. AI can do the task as well. Humans must connect with humans, right? So tomorrow onwards, or rather today, whatsoever time you're watching me here, ensure that you initiate conversation. Wherever you go, you become the first one to take that ownership. We all have one such friend who orders on our behalf. We always have one such colleague who start the meeting. We have somebody who start. Why can't I be the one? Why are you not the one? Let's make that work. Let's make that happen from today. Yes? Oh, you have been listening to me so patiently till now. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. What? This word is not called appreciate, it's appreciate. Now, no matter how many times I repeat this word, appreciate, 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 or I practice 100 times, I will not improve this word because my way of practicing is wrong. The same happens with so many of you. You're constantly practicing, but practicing a wrong thing. If you do not have the right address, how would you reach the right destination? That's why I suggest you keep expert and certified tutors at English Yaari with you. Because they don't just give you feedback or correct you whenever you go wrong, they actually provide you hand holding support. Whether it's your grammar, pronunciation, presentation, vocabulary, articulation, confidence, whatsoever which is stopping you to speak English confidently, they help you overcome, right? The importance of practice is definitely there, no doubts about it. Practice in right direction will bring you results, so ensure that you check out English Yaari app. Link is in the bio. Let's get to point number 3. So far we have covered 2 pointers. Number 1, train your brain. Number 2 is, let me know, I'll not tell you in here, I'll tell you in the comments. Okay, the third step or third actionable pointer is stop shadowing people. I know it's quite controversial. People would hate me for sure by saying this, but I cannot resist myself. I hear so many people on YouTube, Instagram, or a lot of places where they say, hey, listen to people, listen to great speakers, maybe celebrities, cricketers, actors, Priyanka Chopra, Sashi Tharoor, Sushmita Sen, and whatnot, and start imitating the way they speak, the way they are articulating the words, the way they are taking pause, and their tone. Well, I don't buy that opinion. Well, that's a good phrase. I don't buy that opinion simply means I don't agree with that. Okay, let's get back to our pointer, what we were saying. I just said that I don't want you to shadow something. You know, when you're trying to shadow something, you're trying to think in how do I pick things up? In the flow where you're repeating their words, you somehow are losing your true self. Confidence does not come from copying others. Confidence comes when you start knowing yourself, when you start exploring your natural version. It's okay, commit mistakes, but even if you're imitating somebody, even if you're practicing some dialogues by Priyanka Chopra, you're practicing some dialogue by Shah Rukh Khan, would you be able to think like them? See, God has blessed us, or rather created us, in such a way where our thought process is different, our speed of speech is different. Maybe I speak at this pace, somebody would speak at a faster pace. Our tonality is different. So do not focus that much on imitating people, rather focus on making your own self speak. I hope that's doable. Right after this video, in order to find what's my true version, give yourself any topic, try speaking on that, check with your tutor, ma'am, how am I speaking? On the scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate me on this? Or check with others, initiate the conversation, check with them whether you're able to come across as a confident being or not. While you're learning in this journey, experiment, fail, do, redo, it's all right. Do not put pressure on yourself. As I said, confidence does not come from excellence. It doesn't come from perfection. It comes from practice, that too in right direction. So no hard and fast rules, simple steps. Step number 1 was on training your brain. Promise me every day you will give yourself any one thing that will tell you, oh yeah, you are practicing. Your brain must have the signals, those neurons must work, and say that yes, you've proven you are building on confidence. That is something you'll do from today onwards. You'll take the ownership, you'll take the charge, and you'll initiate conversation. And third is you will try to find your own self, your own way. Because you, my friend, you are unique, you're amazing, and you're the best. Thank you so much for watching me till here. It's always great looking at the way you love us and the way you trust us. I hope you love this one as well. Let me know in the comment section. Until then, practice English, practice confidently. I'll see you in another video. Signing off.